Hey friends, this is Pastor Terry, and this is Thursday Thoughts with Terry, and super glad that you're able to join me today. This is going to be a particularly special Thursday Thoughts, and if you're wondering why I'm wearing my mask, it's because I'm here in the living room of our dear friends Al and Marg Friesen. I'm going to set this up for just a minute. On Thursday Thoughts, I normally introduce our coming service, what we're going to be talking about this coming Sunday. And we've been in a series we've been calling The Big Picture. We've been looking at the thread from Genesis through Revelation. And in particular, we've been trying to understand how the scriptures are tied together. One of the things that ties scripture together is God's love for us and his commitment to us expressed through covenant. Today is Marg and Al's 60th wedding anniversary. 60 years ago today, they said, "I do." And most of us say 60 years, oh my goodness, they must have some superhuman tricks to enable them to stay married for that long. So it's certainly God's grace, and I know you'll hear that from them. But I thought I would just start. Let me just switch my camera around here. And there is Alan Marg, and there's Duke, their dog. And thank you for sharing this time with us. How are you doing?
Good. Very good.
So I thought maybe I would start by saying, what do you remember about 60 years ago today? Where were you? And just give us a little insight into what a wedding 60 years ago might have looked like.
It was a wedding in Vancouver on a beautiful rainy Saturday night. My dad drove my bride to the church, but he wasn't from Vancouver, and he got hopelessly lost. We almost missed the wedding. It was a great evening. It was, as I say, a beautiful rainy Saturday night, typically Vancouver. We loved it. Wow.
And in those, did you get away for a honeymoon? Where did you go after the wedding?
Would you believe that it was a Saturday night? I was to work on Monday morning, and I'm not sure if we've had a honeymoon since then. We've been away a few times, but I'm not sure we ever called it a honeymoon.
Okay.
But
so that wasn't the secret to not lasting 60 years. What kind of suggestions have you made to couples who are married about how to have a successful marriage?
It would be based totally on covenant, as you mentioned a little bit ago, and commitment. But first of all, covenant to God. It wasn't something that we went into lightly, that I went into lightly. I did a lot of praying, and my covenant was with God first, and my prayer was that I would marry God's choice and not my choice, which ended up being both.
Beautiful.
I would have to agree with everything Marg said. There's one thing I could add. Whenever a guy hears these 4 words that you shudder for, "We have to talk," you better pay attention.
So
that's one of the things that has worked for us.
So it's time to listen, time to talk, time to build rapport, relationship, be able to discuss things together. Have there been periods of time that were particularly difficult in your marriage?
Certainly.
Yeah? And what's the key to getting through those difficult times?
Prayer.
So
relying on God.
Okay.
I remember very vividly when Al was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and we started the radiation procedure. And the very first morning that we went into the Tom Baker roundabout, I stood as I went out of that and said, "God, I can't do this. But Al was trudging off to the elevator, and so instead of getting lost, I just decided I had to follow. And basically that's how it is. You follow God through it all, in spite of what you're feeling and your inadequacies and your weaknesses and all of that.
Yeah. So Ann and I have found that there have been seasons when we needed somebody else to help us. We needed a coach, a mentor, a counselor, a pastor. Have you had any of those kinds of sort of experiences? Have there been times when you've reached out for somebody else's assistance?
Yes. When we lived in Minot, North Dakota, and it was just at the time that our fourth child, Wayne, was born, our pastor there was just absolutely amazing, and he felt God prompting him to take Al out for coffee, and Al says that was the best coffee time he'd ever had.
Wow, wow. So we just wanted to celebrate with you. I thought it was a beautiful coincidence in God's timing that we'd be talking about covenant when you're celebrating this enormous milestone of covenant. And I know that our church family watching online and others who maybe find this video will maybe be encouraged and hear your advice and join us as pursuers of Jesus, because our desire is that we would walk with him, and you've done a beautiful job of demonstrating how we can walk with him together as husband and wife. So if you can be with us this coming Sunday, we'd be thrilled to have you. We'll go live at 9:50 a.m. online. Remember, it's time change this weekend. The clocks fall back. And we will welcome people in person as well. We invite you to sign up in advance. We are wearing masks in church now. The COVID count in our town is such that the town has mandated that masks be worn in public. And so we are going to be following that leadership of our town, and grateful for your participation and help in that. And if you'd rather be with us online, please dial on either on Facebook or on our website, www.okalliance.ca, and worship with us. We serve a great God. He loves us. He longs to see us shaped into his image. This coming Sunday, we're going to step into the Gospels in our journey from Genesis through Revelation, and we get the privilege of encountering Jesus as he is shared with us by Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the writers of the Gospels. So I hope you can be with us, and I hope this Thursday Thoughts with Terry's very special edition has been an encouragement to you. Just flip the camera back around again here and just say thank you again, Al and Marg. We really appreciate you sharing with us here this afternoon.
And the last words, don't quit.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you, and thank you. And thank you, Joan. And saw a couple of the names online there. Glad that you guys have been with us here for this short video. Bless you. Bye for now.